And hello, Texas. Don't turn that dial. This is the Fly Mackey Show, and I'm your host, Fly Mackey. We've been traveling today, so we're set aside in somewhere United States, close to the border. Got my 3 dogs with me, and we are just chilling. And oh boy, let's see if we're gonna make it live over here. It says you are live. Okay. Well, I'm sure I'll be on in the air in just a second. And it is a lot of work. Um, it is a lot of work trying to get your systems to work all the time and traveling and, just trying to make it work. So, yeah, here we are. I see it. Well, I was on the air and now I'm off the air. Okay. It says it is using my. And there we are. There's my big head. And there we go. All right. All right. Hello, Texas, Corpus Christi, Houston, College Station, Beaumont, and Lake Charles, Louisiana. Are we going to make it? The connection is not that great here. I'm trying. I have a makeshift office here. I have a makeshift office here. And we're going to do our best to make it. I can tell you this, that was an amazing account of what happened last night at the rally there in Glendale, Arizona, where Robert F. Kennedy came onto the stage and came onto the stage and gave his speech. His endorsement was a little bit different than what um, most normal endorsements were, but it was pretty powerful. You know what he said, and I'm just trying to get my monitors right. Looking at Bitcoin right now, trading at $64,177.60. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Let's just go there right now. Hold on 1 second. I want to share that tab here. And there you see here Bitcoin trading right at 64,163 dollars. Now remember yet the last week, and I'll show you here in just a second. You know what I explained to you that was going to happen, that it was coming to a cone. It was and I'll show you here in just a second, and that it was going to make its move one way or another. It was all coming to a head right about here, and it made its way out of there. Let's take a look at that real quick. I don't think I have that. I don't have that particular. Let me see if I can find the chart that I had. It was pretty cool where I was charting it, but I don't think I took a picture of it. Those of you guys, let me just do some quick charting here. And it was pretty cool what's happening here, but we saw it coming. And you guys can go back and look at my charts and right there, something similar to that. And you can see here where Bitcoin was right there. So this is where it was heading, coming to. And of course it made its way out of it's made its way out of there, out of this funnel here, up into here. Now watch out, because you see here the the trade on this is, that was 2 days ago. And then, but look at here. So we may have one of these where it's coming over like this, and we may see another dip right here, which I think is what it looks like it's going to do. But you can see here where it's been trading. And I'll give you some simple statistics on here. I'll make it simple for you to look at. But it trades in these lanes. And then, you know, you should always pay attention to these lanes wherever it's trading at. You should pay attention to it, because I can tell you, yeah, right there and about right there. This is a lane that it had been traveling. Of course, it's still heading down too. I wished I still had that chart. You can see here. This, but what I'd like to show you is the trends here. So you see here, it hit the top here at your all-time highs. And then here, of course, you see where it gone down, down, down. Tried to make its highs again. Didn't quite make it through that lane. Then it hit this mountain right here. Bam, look at that. Then hit that one right there. That's actually, if you went just like that, that would probably be a little closer. And look how this plays out. See this right here? Now, once again, I'm just showing you some basics and this is where you always should watch the trends of which direction these things are going. You see here, it hit its high. And then, of course, we missed this one right here. I mean, you could see a lot of trends in here. You could do another one right there. It's been moving down since it's made its all-time highs. But once again, right there, see that right there? See this lane that it traveled in, that it's been traveling and down? Tried to come out of here a couple of times to make its all-time highs. You can do something like that. I'll readjust this here in just a second. But when it dipped down here, and then a lot of the analysts were saying, hey, we're coming to that 365-day moving average. And it's going to head one way or another, which is what I tried to explain yesterday. One way or another, it's going up or it's going out. It has to, because the numbers don't lie. It was coming to a head there. So it had to go one way or another. I mean, it could have done some weird stuff, extended it up and out, and then started going sideways again. It sure could have done that. But it's kind of like when you're loading a glass of water. You fill it up and then it spills over, and that's exactly what happened here. It did it just right on time too. I mean, just and this is a day chart right here. I mean, you could actually take the lows if you wanted to. Let me see here where probably not. You could do something like that if you wanted to extend that out. Ooh, look how pretty that is. Look how pretty that is. Ooh. And that comes just like that. And it was going sideways here. I think a better chart would be more something like this. I mean, you could take that down here like that. Bam, look at that right there. All right, let's just take a look at this for a second, okay? Let's remove that out of there, and let's get rid of that one right there. This is where it moved sideways here. Can you see that? Can you see that, guys? How it moved sideways there? Hold on one second. Let's go back over here to that. So it was moving sideways there. And we could go all the way back to a year. I'm going back to February right here. February. Maybe. No. Right here. That's real pretty. Look at that right there. And then here, you take this from the highs. And that's really how that was right there. Just like that. See that? That's how that was. And it made its way out of here. This isn't really the what I had charted. I'm just giving you some eyeballs to look at. Okay. That's all we're doing is taking some eyeballs here to look at. And you see Capone in the background back there? That's at Coronado Island right there a few years ago. So anyway, the let's take a different look at this. And then you can see here where it was coming to the end of the cone there. You see the cone is sideways, and then it was making its way, and it was going to head one way or the other. Now, a few times here, look, if you look here, a few times. All right, where are we at? There we go. This is not being cooperative right now. It does not want to show itself. You guys take a look at this right here. So every time I go back to the screen, it adjusts itself. So you have to excuse me here for a second, okay? But you see here where it hit its all-time highs, and then we're all the way back to January of this year. Now this moving average here was a year, so we could go back a full year, literally. Let's see if I can. That would be April, May, June, July, August, right here. Right there. Wow, look at that. That is beautiful. And look how that plays out. So this is the moving average from here to here. And you see here where it went sideways as it was going up a little bit. This is really a beautiful line. Look at this. You can see this. See that line right here? So it followed the line as it was ascending a little bit, and then it went up out of this channel. Now from here, of course, we hit our all-time highs over here, and then of course we started our ascension here. We started our ascension or descending right here from its all-time highs, and it's been going down. But this moving average right here was about to spill over. I mean, it was inevitable. See here, hit the bottom here, hit the bottom here, hit the bottoms right here just a couple of days ago, and it was making its way out. That was more like that. Probably closer to August 20, right there. Not September, but August. Today's the 24th. So that was probably about right there. Look at that. Bam. Okay, so right there. Let's take a look at that. Oh, look how pretty that is. You see that? So it here's where it started a year ago, and then it was starting to ascend. You see that right there? Look at this. It was starting to ascend, and then it made it above the channel. And then you see here it stayed above and it had its way to its all-time highs. Okay. But you see here where it hit the bottom here, tried to come down, stayed up, hit the bottom here, tried to come out. It did come through the channel, but it didn't stay here or here. But it was inevitable after we hit this all-time high and we started the descension that it was going to come out of this channel here. And the 365-day moving average proved it. So it was coming to the edge here, and it just popped out of there. Now, and it's been out for 2 days. Now, the problem, if there is a problem, there's not really a problem here. But the problem is, look at this. See this right here? The problem is right here. So you see where here where it's been ascending. Now, by the way, descending. By the way, this thing could be heading straight up. It's accumulating again for a couple of days. Look at this right here. It's real easy to see. See this? See this? So it's been ascending in here for a couple, excuse me, moving sideways. Just very little movement at all the last couple of days. But here you go. This is a day chart. and we could be having a loop here. I think that's what we're going to see, and we may be heading back down here. Uh, so we may be seeing something like this, where, hold on one second. Right here. So this might be something similar to what we may be seeing here. Right there. So we may be seeing something like this, just like what you see over what we saw here. See this right here, where this went up, and then right. See it where it took this. It took this right here. You see this right here. So it could be doing that same thing right here, which is, I think, I mean, it's a good indication of what happened what happened here and here. See this? What happened here, and then what's happened here could be happening here, and then we may be heading back down. Uh, like right there into the 58,000 range. Let's see. Let's see. That's a lot of charting going on right there. We could be seeing something like this, where that goes up and around just like it did right here. This could be what's happening, and I think that's what you're going to see. Now, I was right yesterday. Or the last week, when I said we were coming to this 365. Of course, a lot of analysts were, and I don't put myself in the class of those. There's some world class analysts. Those guys know what they're doing. I don't put myself in that same boat with them, of course. But once again, I think all of you out there who are charting. By the way, let's have a drink of some soda. Don't drink soda; it makes you fat. I'm on a soda diet for the next week. All right, so that may be happening, but once again, let's take a look at some other charts here. I want to look at eBay and see what's going on with them. You see Bitcoin right here trading at $64,108. Let me go back to this other side. You see Bitcoin trading at $64,108. And let me click on that because I want you to see what's happening with the coin. And you see over here the trading volume, which tells the story, and it's down 44% for the day in trading at 19,394,000,000. Now, a lot of that is institutional buying, not the big boys and the big girl, not the little guys and the little girls. but the big boys and the big girls, the institutional money, the bigger whales, etc., they're trading, but it's down 44% in trading because typically Bitcoin trades somewhere between 30 billion and $40 billion a day. So that's quite a bit of trading. It's down. I mean, it has traded, you know, 50, $60 billion. That's when there's a lot of volatility, I can tell you, and people get really nervous when that happens. Let's take a look at Ethereum trading at $2,761.69. It's also down. Look at this. This is a trend. 30. This is down 36% in trading volume for the day at $10 billion. That's a lot of trading. So Bitcoin and Bitcoin, Bitcoin and all by itself is a 1.3 billion dollar, excuse me, $1 trillion market. And uh, you take all the other cryptos, all of them, and put together, and they're about an 8 billion. So you have about a 2.2, 2.3, 2.2 trillion dollar market cap. Let me sit up a little bit. You got about a 2.2 trillion dollar market cap. So once again, Bitcoin is bigger than all the other cryptos put together. Let's take a look at here. Ripple trading right now at 60 cents. It's down 10% today in trading in the last 24 hours at $1.2 billion for the day. That's a lot of trading for Ripple, but this is a really popular coin because the institutional, just so you guys know, the institutional buyers and sellers, they're using XRP as like a Swift code, and they had the largest dollar transaction ever done, ever, at one time, was traded using XRP. So look for that one to take over Swift. Now, by the way, the Matrix is not going away easy. Trust me, there is going to be a fight here. Okay. But I can tell you this, it's an easier system. So you may see the Matrix. You already have seen it. They're buying into crypto. Now, once again, those of you who don't like the banking system, if you learn how to become your own banker, and we teach this all the time, and we're new at the banking stuff too. We're good at getting credit. That we're good at. You want some credit? Go to smartmoneyculture.tv/credit and fill that out. Fill out the form or send us some contact information with your name. 42% of our audience out there are women. We know that. Ladies, you know what it's like running a household. Well, how about becoming your own banker? Now, this takes a huge shift in your psychic beliefs. It's called a psychic change, and it takes a huge amount to get out of what we've been programmed. Okay. But remember this, you can do it, and anybody can become their own banker. Anybody. It's for everyone to do. And if you own your own house, 100%. If you have a credit card, and for Donald out there listening, take your take your largest credit card. It does not matter if it is maxed out. And by the way, I was talking to another fella yesterday. He's got like $90,000 in credit card debt. Okay, his largest credit card in dollars, but it is maxed and he is paying the minimum amounts on it every month on all his credit cards. Listen, take and your paycheck. Let's say it's, I can't go to the whiteboard because I don't have a whiteboard where I'm sitting in a room here tonight with my 3 dogs. But take the simplest way to do velocity banking is to take your largest credit card. Okay. This is not financial advice. Anybody can do this. Ladies, you ones who are running your households with your kids, you already know this is not a male female thing. This is, but we got our analytics in, and 42% of you are women that are watching the show. Thank you, appreciate that. But once again, you're always trying to figure out how do you make ends meet, right? Okay, and we all want more credit. And by the way, 63% of all Americans have credit. 63% with a credit score of 700 or higher. So this is why we have the biggest and greatest country in the world, is because of our financial system. It just creates so many opportunities. But most people don't, they have credit cards. Most people, I shouldn't say most, there's a percentage of you who won't use them at all. They're for a backup. Wrong. They should always be used today. And you put your cash every time you get paid. What we worked with this guy, $90,000 in debt, mainly on credit cards. His largest credit card was $30,000. He takes home about $3,600, $4,300 a month. Okay. Not everyone makes the same amount of money. So if you make less than that, that's okay too. You have to put your dollars down of where it is. And if you're paying bills out of your checking account, you're doing it. It's not the best way to do it. Okay. Take your check and pay your credit card off. That's how you do it. I have a guy that says, I can't put money into the credit card. No, you don't deposit money into the credit card. You pay the credit card. So for example, let's say your credit card payment on your highest credit card is $400. Okay. And if you get paid $2,000, take your entire $2,000 and put it into that credit card. It'll, two things it does. One is it eliminates, and you want to do it before it generates that monthly bill. A couple of things it does. One is if you do put that deposit in before it generates that monthly bill goes away because it's been satisfied. So it doesn't get generated, which means you're not paying the interest. You're going to pay some interest, but we're not going to get into that into this call. But the majority of the interest for that month goes away. Plus any principal goes away. Then you borrow back from that same credit card to pay every single bill that you can with the credit card. Now, if you can link the credit card to your checking account with that bank, great. So, for example, if you have a Chase bank account and you have a Chase credit card, then you can link the credit card with your checking account and you can transfer everything from the credit. You can borrow money back from yourself. That's the simplest way I can tell you to do it. You don't have to be smart to do this. You just have to do it. Uh, Don has a Navy Federal credit card. Don, he said his Navy Federal is maxed out. Okay. Well, if you put your $3,000 in it, it won't be maxed out. You're going to have to put money back off the card to borrow to pay your bills, but that's how velocity banking works. And the difference between your bills and how much you put in is called cash flow. That's your extra money. And it's way better than having cash on hand. You're just borrowing back from yourself. This is so easy to do, but the mindset, some people, it takes years and years and years and years years and years and years and years. Be patient with yourself, but you can't blame other people, folks, for your problems. Like, stop doing that. It doesn't help. Only when you take charge of your own finances. And by the way, this should be done from day one. And some of you out there think that cash is king. You listen to Dave Ramsey, cash is not king. It loses 10% of its value per year and has been doing it for 100 years. And I can tell you this, that in the last 100 years, since 1924 to 2024, the US dollar has lost 1,743% in value. Did you get that? 1,743% in value. So this is why you want to get credit. And the banks are looking for folks who have, anybody can get a business account, a business license like an LLC. And so once you get yourself set up, then the banks are looking forward to loaning you money or giving you money in the form of credit. And I can tell you this, that um, that's the sand. See that sand back there, man? That is so beautiful. All right, trying to get it to work. All right. So anyway, the 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 banks, and there's every person who does credit stacking has their own slant to it. Some people do it on uh, your how much you make. Some people do it by credit score. Some people just go after lines of credit. Some people do it based on uh, how you see the accounts. Some people do it, and you don't have to have great. You have to have credit for sure. 680 is the minimum you want to have. But let's say you know, you want to be at 680. 700 is the better one. Is the better one to have. But that's what you want to have. All right. You can see my pillows in the back. But I'm leaning up against a whole bunch of pillows. I love it. Okay, let's look at some more of the market. Okay. Okay, that was Ripple XRP. Now let's look at Doge. Dogecoin trading right at 11 cents. It's down percent for the day in trading at 793 million. It's under $1 billion in trading. Typically, this is trading just at about $1 billion, give or take. Not always, but not always. But most of the time, it's trading up there. And you see here, $793 million for the day. You're looking at Cardano here trading at 38 cents. Shiba Inu. Now this coin, guys, is trading about 2% of its market cap, which is $9 billion. So the market cap has stayed up. It's trading 300. There you go. There you go. It's down 3.49% for the day in trading. But once again, this thing was down so far. This usually trading about 800 million a day. It was down to 118 million just a day ago. Now it's back up to $354 million in the daily trading volume. There's a lot of millionaires that have been made out of this coin right here. This little token called the Shiba coin or SHIB, however you want to say it. Um, some say Shiba, some say SHIB. I call it Shiba. 0.0001. By the way, that's exactly what Dogecoin was. Dogecoin was at 0.0005. And now look at it right here. It's at 11 cents. I can't tell you how many millionaires have come out of here. Lots of them. A lot of millionaires. Here's Bitcoin Cash trading $358.56. It's down 29% in daily trading volume at $161 million in trading for the day. There's Litecoin. This has been around for a long time. These guys aren't going anywhere. It's down 16.9% trading for the day, trading at $225 million. Has a market cap of $4.9 billion. I got a guy that was working for me for a while. He's probably put in 400,000 into Litecoin. He's a Litecoin maximalist, and but he's been buying this since it's been $10. He made himself a millionaire just off of Litecoin. Stellar trading at 10 cents. Trading volume down 24% for the day. Trading at $54 million today in trading. I know Bitcoin Cash was way, way down here. I haven't even seen it. It's not in the top 60. It was at 90 in the 90s. There it is, trading at number 96. Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. It is down 16.9%, trading $702,044 for the day. That trading volume is so low, but it's the only Bitcoin that has any utility. Out of the three Bitcoins, it's the only one that has a utility to it, which means it actually has a business behind it. Gonna run out of battery here. If we run out of battery, sorry, on my computer. You can go to smartmoneyculture.tv/credit and sign up and let us get you some credit. 42% of my audience is ladies. Ladies, listen. And if you already have great credit, great. Learn how to use it. You'll learn how to use velocity banking and become your own banker. The better you get at velocity, then you want to learn how to do the infinite banking where you actually become your own banker. We'll teach you how to do it. Go on, Bella. Moo. Bella's gonna get right here. She's right looking at me. Boy, when she moves, let me tell you something. When this girl moves, when this girl moves, it is wow. No. Move. Go. Go on. Bella. Go on. She 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 will just Capone used to destroy sets when we were in the penthouse. I mean, absolutely destroy sets. He would knock over lights and I'm telling you, he would just. Of course, he was just, you know, 7 years ago now. 7 years ago, Capone was 4 years old, and he's 11 now. And I'm telling you, what a he would run back and forth in that penthouse. Remember that, Amber? He would just go nuts in that penthouse. Anyway, it was insane, destroying stuff all the time. Now I got Bella. We adopted a 110-pound German Shepherd. You talk about who this girl right here. When she starts moving. I'm telling you, yeah, she will knock over stuff like you would not believe. We're not mad at you, baby Bella. We're not mad at you. It's okay. She will knock stuff over. And she's trying to get in between me and this other computer. And I'm telling you, man, whew, what's going on in Bitcoin news? Let's take another look from another site here. Okay, let's take a look at this site right here. And this is livecoinwatch.com. And oh boy, now Capone's starting to move. This is going to be a real oof. You see here, let me make the screen a little different so you guys can see. Okay, so here you see that BTC, Bitcoin. You see the market cap. The entire market cap on the cryptocurrency is $2,274,000,000,000. In the last 24 hours, you had 59,255,000,000 that was traded of this $2 trillion market cap. Liquidity is plus 2%. So you have $6 billion in liquidity. That means these guys make money, guys. These guys make money. I love you. Yes. So and you know the reservation up, and they're going to take them to the pound, but the next day they're going down.